Do you ever look at all of your stuff and ask yourself how and when you did get all of that? Hi and very welcome. My name is Mary. This is my channel Lumi Level Up and I'm a luxury lover on an average income trying to be more mindful with my money. And even though I always say in my intro that I'm trying to be more mindful, most of my videos do not really focus on that mindfulness part too much, because truth be told, the videos about consumption, they perform way better on YouTube. But I am in a little overwhelmed state right now and I want to share some of my thoughts and what's lately going on in my mind with you. And if you have been putting off to clean, to tidy up your home for a while, take this as your sign, put in some headphones and go through your home, and while this video is playing, just pick up a few parts, clean them up, tidy up. Do that. I don't know how long this will get. Maybe it's 10 minutes, maybe it's 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes. And if you're watching anyways, you can, take the time and do something useful in the same time. That's a thing that helped me quite a lot in the past week, I would say. You won't miss a lot because there won't be a lot of visual stuff going on the screen. This might be more of a podcast style, so mainly audio. And I already have to apologize if this might get very chaotic. I did not really prepare what I want to tell you. I just sat down and now I'm starting to ramble on. It all started with me getting ill. Well, it was nothing serious. I just catched quite a bad cold. I was knocked out for, I would say, at least 2 weeks. It was not the most terrible illness, so luckily I didn't have a headache for most of the time. So I was able to consume content. I watched a lot of YouTube during that time, and quite quickly I got a little bit bored of all that luxury content, which I oftentimes enjoy to watch. And I went down a little rabbit hole of decluttering and tidying up and get ahead of your stuff, and your stuff is owning you. I guess I don't have to tell you, you probably all know that kind of content yourself, and it felt really inspiring. And I didn't feel well enough to actually start decluttering and start cleaning up and doing any of the things I was watching in my own life because I was sick. But I was watching so much of it that as soon as I felt better, I really wanted to start decluttering and I really wanted to start cleaning up. And I just realized that I have so much stuff. I have so much stuff, you do not even have an idea of how much stuff I have. I know that already my shelf in the background, it always gets cluttered, because when I talk about bags in videos, I oftentimes put them on that shelf after I finished filming it, because unfortunately I'm not the most organized person. And I have a little trouble to keep my spaces organized. And I think what really does not help with that issue is the fact that I own so much. Don't get me wrong, I don't strive to become a minimalist. Well, actually, if I could be one with a snip of a finger, maybe I would do it, because it would make my life a lot easier. But I guess I have to be real with myself here, that's not how I am. I love things, I love to buy things, I love to own things, but it has come to a point where it's too many things. I have trouble to keep up with them, and on the weekends, it takes me so much time to clean up the house, to do the laundry, to reorganize my stuff, to put the clothing back on the hangers. All these tasks that should just be little tasks in your household, to do them and be done and then live your life. They are so time consuming. And with watching all of these declutter videos, I had to realize if I would not own that much, it would not be that much of a hassle to keep up with everything. So as soon as I felt better, I started decluttering quite a lot. And there was a moment when I did consider to take you with me to film before and afters, because I personally love to watch these videos, but I have to admit that I was too embarrassed to do so. I have an entire clothing room with racks and shelves, and it was a hot mess. Things piled up there. I had so many empty cardboard packages just because I didn't throw them out, because I always thought, well, if I sell something then I can reuse them, and the card boxes piled up and clothing that I did not immediately put away piled up, and it just was a hot mess. And it would be very nice to have filmed this and to give you a before and after now, but even now the after, I spent nearly an entire week with that project, let's call it that way, and the room is still not in a state I would want to put on the internet, so guess that tells you how much has been there. I have to admit that it felt quite overwhelming as well, because at first I did not really know where to even start, because it felt like I didn't clean up my clothing room for such a long time and somehow it still works and I get in and out, but I did not enjoy anymore to be there, and it's still not to the perfect point again where I would enjoy being there and getting dressed there. And maybe if I get it to the perfect point, I will get my little YouTube filming set up from here, from the living room to my own room, which I guess my husband would be very happy about as well, because I have all my lights here, and of course when I'm done filming I put them at least in the corner, but they are still there and I just completely put them away if we have guests. So most of the times there is quite a lot standing around. Not sure what else I want to tell you, other than that realizing that I'm overwhelmed by all the stuff I owned gave me a little struggle and tough time about my YouTube channel as well, because as I already began this video, I am always saying that I'm trying to be more mindful, but that's not what most of you want to see on my channel. It's a struggle in itself if you talk about luxurious things, if you talk about the nice things, but you yourself do not necessarily want to keep purchasing and buying stuff. Of course, there are some topics you can still cover even without purchasing anything, but unfortunately, most people on YouTube, especially in the luxury community, they want to see the things, they want to see the unboxings, they want to see the reviews. I've really done a lot better this year with my spending. If you're interested in that, I might do a little recap at the end of the year, how much I spent last year and how much it has been this year. And so far, if November and December do not go completely crazy, I will have been a lot better this year than I have been last year. So that's good on me. But it's difficult if you want to take part in this luxury community and you yourself don't want to spend that much anymore. Now, with that feeling of being so overwhelmed by all my stuff and getting rid of a lot of stuff, and I did list some things to sell as well, and I had to realize it's not the way it used to be. There was a time when there was not already that much offer online, at least that's how I felt, and then when you listed something at a good price with nice pictures, it sold quite quickly. And now I had very low prices in my listings because I just wanted to get rid of so much stuff, and still there are not that many people interested in buying. I did send off some packages in the past days, but by far not everything that I listed got sold, and now I have to make up my mind what I want to do with these things, if I just donate them, if it's just clothing from H&M and Zara, and I don't know. But of course the pieces on which I spend more money, I have a hard time to just let them go because I spend money on them, where I think it's quite interesting to draw the line back to luxury, because I think maybe I'm even lucky that I am into luxury, because these pieces come at hefty prices. So I'm limited in the amounts of stuff I can get because my funds are limited, so I cannot just buy and buy and buy. And if I was not into luxury and more into fast fashion, I don't even know if I would be able to set clear boundaries for myself, or if I would just keep getting and getting and getting even more stuff because I can afford it. And somehow I'm worried that it might be the same with my luxury spending as well. Not that I'm getting and getting and getting because I can afford it, because I cannot afford all of it and everything that I would want. And I always have to step on the brakes because I cannot spend like crazy, because I don't earn like crazy. So I at least somewhat have to consider what I do get and have to save for some things before I get them. That might be the good thing, so that not too much luxury things did pile up, because each item comes with a higher price tag and then you cannot purchase like crazy. You see that little Fendi peekaboo on the shelf? Let me grab it real quick. I bought it because it had a great price for a Fendi peekaboo, and it is a very special one. Oh, and now I'm sorry, I told you you can clean up and you don't need to see anything. This was an exception, and you do not necessarily need to see the bag for me to get the point across. I bought it because it was a good price for a micro Fendi peekaboo. Not sure right now how much I spent, I think under 500, but don't quote me on that. And I only wore it once, I think, for a winter walk in the woods when there was laying snow, because I thought, well, I can enjoy my items and I don't need a special occasion to do so. And I think that's the only time I actually wore that bag. And that's crazy pants. I have a Fendi micro peekaboo, even if I only spent 500 euro. That's still 500 euro on a bag that I did not need. I'm sorry. I'm missing any kind of structure. I hope that I'm somehow at all able to bring across any point at all. I just wanted to put it out that I felt very overwhelmed lately and that I'm struggling a little bit with the direction of my channel, but that might be a very recent feeling. I hope that this won't be a forever feeling, because of course I still enjoy those things and I like to talk about them, and there still are many video topics I can cover without spending my own money, and I still have a lot I have never showed you that I can show you. But I think I needed this little sit-down chit-chat for me to even film something, because I have not really been motivated in these past 2 weeks to film when I did the whole decluttering and reorganizing my stuff and getting rid of my stuff, because I was so overwhelmed by all the stuff and I didn't feel like talking about stuff, not even the luxurious, beautiful, stuffy things, because I was just so tired of all the stuff. Another thing, I have a hard time to focus on multiple projects at once, so I really dived into that whole declutter thing. I went into drawers, I went into cupboards, I went into shelves and really digged deep. Well, I cannot even tell that, but I started to renovate our bathroom by myself with stick-on tiles, and that turned out to be a catastrophe. I don't know what's going on with me. It's this whole living more beautiful, getting your home cozy vibe thing. I don't know where it comes from. Well, I know where it comes from, probably from watching all of these YouTube videos. So a disclaimer here, be careful of what you watch, because even if you don't plan to be influenced, subconsciously it does something to you. It made me want to renovate my bathroom, and I bought stick-on tiles for, I don't know, I think around 300 euro, and I started it, and 2 entire days I was working with these tiles, and the first day went quite okay, and the second day was a catastrophe, and now I'm not sure if it might be worse than it has been before. Possibly, probably I now got you curious about that whole bathroom situation, but it's not finished right now either, and I don't like the way it turned out, so I probably don't want to show you. I think I just needed to sit down and have a casual chat about how I was feeling, because I had no video ideas on my mind right now, and I felt so overwhelmed and annoyed by all the things I owned that I didn't want to keep talking about them. And what I wanted to say before I lost track, I can only ever focus on one big project, and now I had this declutter and renovate project and get rid of stuff project, and I didn't have the capacity on my mind to focus on doing YouTube videos. I'm not entirely done with the declutter thing, because I think it's a process, and once you turn that switch in your mind and you realize that you might have too much stuff, I think you keep going. And my goal now is to list 7 items for sale each and every week, so that comes to 1 item a day, but if I cannot do it during the week because I might be too busy with work or something, that I can do it on the weekend, and that it's 7 items per week that I want to do. And I think the same amount of things I want to throw away each week, so 7 items have to leave the house every week. And I think now that the worst part is done and I at least have a kind of rough organization again and some more space, because I already got rid of quite some stuff, now it might not be taking all of my mental capacity anymore, so that I hopefully will be able to do my little decluttering journey going on with it and YouTube on the side as well, because this really is the worst timing to start realizing that, oh, I might not be into that whole luxury content anymore. Not sure if you're interested in it, not sure if you ever heard about that, but YouTube pays the best when the year comes to an end, because the brands, they all have, not all, but many brands have left some money in their marketing funds, and so what YouTube pays for the ads to roll on your videos gets higher in December, and I already noticed it now in November, and until now I didn't really put out a lot because I didn't feel like it, and I felt like, why? I did push through the entire summer. I put out 2 videos a week, nearly every week, when it paid pennies, and now that I might at least make some bucks, I lost my motivation, I lost my interest in anything that's stupid, so I just thought, being honest, putting that out might make me feel better, and I even was considering if I want to go in a different direction with my channel, but I know that it's not that easy, because my audience, most of the audience probably won't watch that video and won't watch until this part of the video. The ones that are still watching, you probably are the ones that support me a lot, so this does not really concern you, but the broad audience on YouTube that does watch my videos, they are not interested that much in me as a person, and they are not interested in me being mindful. They just are interested in the luxury content and purchasing stuff and talking about bags. And I'm not mad at you if you are that kind of person and if you're interested in that, because obviously I did a lot of videos on Louis Vuitton, for example, so I cannot be mad at you now if you want to have these videos. And YouTube, well, picked an audience for me and thinks it's the Louis Vuitton people, they should recommend my videos too. And then when I do something trying to be more mindful, those people don't click. And even if they click, they might click off after 2 minutes because they are like, that's not what I signed up for. I'm not interested in that. Very random video. Let me look at the time. So it's 18 minutes now. I'm not sure how much I have to cut out because I'm rambling on and there is a lack of structure and a lack of any kind of interesting things that make any sense together at all. But I hope this helped you to get maybe motivated to maybe clean up. Maybe you were able to tidy a little bit while you were listening to my rambling. If not and you still made it until here, I'm very grateful. Leave me a box emoji so I know you made it till the end. And in the spirit of decluttering, thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you next time and bye. Like a squirrel with nuts, I'm with things. I like to collect them. But enough is enough. I have to get better.